Here is why I think New Age is a distraction. A couple of reasons and a couple of things. One is that we really don't need quote unquote New Age because we have Old Age, right? We have the old Gnostic teachings, and we have a lot that's coming to light now. And it's called, is it Natamaki? Anyway, the discovery of I think it's Natamaki, of the clay jars in 1941. And don't kid yourself that all this information is known. It's just withheld, and they try as hard as they can to keep it under wraps and secret so that we can't find our knowing. So the New Age to me is sort of, in my opinion, is another sort of constructed reality inside this reality that the quote unquote controllers are sort of, a bit behind. And you can say that about cryptocurrencies. You can say that about everything. I mean, anything that you think is anything that happens in mass. Yep. Anything that happens in mass, I can promise you, it's either allowed or it's orchestrated for a reason or a purpose. Because do you really think that they're going to allow any mass movement anyway to overthrow their quote unquote this structured reality that they already have planned out? No. That's all scripted, that's all written, that's all going to plan. So if you think that you're going to either change that and overall, it's naive, and it's unrealistic. I believe the New Age sort of gets into this idea of, well, we just have to put ourselves in a different reality and think about things and just be different, and we're there. And I, from my own experience, don't feel that at all. What I feel is that I understand much better now the theater that's being played out, and what's behind all that, and how I sort of fit into that. My work, and I believe all of our works, is to lower your frequency, raise your vibration. Everybody likes to use vibration, but be your light. Light is vibration, so I like to say be your light. And then the theater is what you write yourself into, is how you decide you're going to participate or be in. Now, certainly there are things you can get involved in and change, and I've got that. But be careful where you invest your time and energy, and think about it. If you haven't watched, go back and watch I think it's called Where Am I?, which describes how this reality has come into being. And so, got to be really mindful of that. And I think to have the idea from this New Age that you just sort of, we all just sit around and, we all think stuff, and we just, we can manifest. And it's like, you can manifest, but you're not going to change what's going on here. There will be a shift, and we're part of that. Now, that said, it does not mean be your light. That's the whole idea of us being here at this time, is to be our light. for others to blueprint off of. But we're not the dominant force here. So does that make sense? We're in a thick, dark reality. Just you need to put that and deal with that as a realization. And I think that's again sort of where I feel that New Age just doesn't accept or doesn't acknowledge. And I don't, one, think you have to be obsessed by it. Not at all. You just have to be aware. Just be aware of what's going on. Understand the game and know where you're vulnerable and where you're not. But yeah, I think New Age is a deception. It's another way to keep us from Gnosticism, knowing. And it's another way to really talk about how to connect to yourself. But for the reasons of, just being a higher self, better being, no. Reason to connect to your higher self, your God self, is to be truthful and honest with yourself first and foremost, and to go after that being first. You want to judge something, judge yourself. Don't worry about others. They're doing their own judging. Thank you. So don't worry about it. Just worry about yourself. And so, but it doesn't mean that the power of those that are awake, because our energy multiplies, I believe it's by a factor of 22. So it's very powerful, folks. Every addition is powerful. So please don't discount the idea of being in harmony, being in peace. Absolutely. Make sure you treat one another with respect. But don't go through this world with your blinders on, thinking everything's hunky-dory and rosy, because it's not. Don't go around this world just focused on yourself, thinking, well, as long as I'm happy, I'm doing my best. No. You need to open up to others. If you're doing that well, then you need to share it. Don't know what that means for you. We're here to be our light in this time. It's as simple as that. And I believe knowing and history and now I think we're seeing a lot of dots connected. I think we can all I can kick myself in the shin for not knowing this early. I mean, it's not as though this stuff has been hidden. Just I was too busy. And I don't know if I would have ever been in a space to delve into it, except for now. But it is what it is. It's an interesting time. This is not a slam on New Age, but I believe it takes a different kind of mindset and a little bit of a different approach to quote unquote spirituality, or I call it just waking up or going inside, either one. So anyway, peace.